Hello and welcome back to another doujinshi review from White Album 2. Today we're going to be going through another very long doujin, which is not a bad thing. It is just more content for us to enjoy. This is the last in the series written by Malibu Pine. This goes through Setsuna's true ending in the coda. So it also came with a little bonus item. I really love bonus items. If you know me, you know that. First, let me show you what we're working with today. So, this is White Album 2. This is the coda, Setsuna, and Root. Now, what these doujins are, if you haven't joined me for my previous videos on Malibu Pine, these are a group of 4 friends who play through White Album 2. These 4 friends are original characters, and it's just kind of neat to be able to see their thoughts on the game, which kind of expresses the author's thoughts in a not so direct way. It's really, really neat, and it's also very relatable. Like when these characters are crying over a certain scene, you can be like, oh, I cried at that scene too. So I think that's really neat. I think that's well done. So before we dive in, let me just show you our little bonus here because I love it so much. Okay, so here we have a wedding dress Setsuna. She is so happy and so beautiful. I love it so much. So this is one of those old school cell phone straps. You can kind of loop it in through a phone. It's a little acrylic charm. And then we have Malibu Pine. So very cool, very thoughtful. This came with the set if you were to buy it at the Comiket, the comic convention in Japan. You got this as a little bonus. So very nice. Always appreciate a good doujin bonus. So let me show you what this is all about. Setsuna's true end. So these are the original characters. These are the friends that end up playing through the game in this doujin. And they're just kind of discussing the different ending that they're playing today. Each of these doujins, they play through a different route. So it's really fun. And these two are very excited to play through the Setsuna route. The Setsuna route is arguably the very best route. And I don't say that as a fan specifically. I just say that as someone who plays White Album. This is the route that ends in most characters being happy. And in that sense, I think that it becomes the best end. I think this could be considered the true ending of the game. Because we want everybody to be happy. That would be best. So we have Setsuna in her beautiful suit. And for those who this might be their first video joining us, the way that Malibu Pine sets up these doujins is they have the screen, it's like the screen directly from the game. So the speech here is going to look, it's going to emulate the bubble right from the game. The choices emulate the choices from the game. And different from that, all right, so we can see in this panel here, the bottom right, her characters are going to have their own speech bubbles. And then these speech bubbles, which are overlaid over the game, not down here, but overlaid, these are going to be the characters' thoughts as they play through the game. So that's kind of nice. So here, when Setsuna's talking about, the various things in the game, they're saying, oh, Setsuna's such a good girl. Oh, yeah, she is, isn't she? So it's neat to get their perspective throughout the doujin. That's kind of nice. Whether it's for happy or for sad. It's really too bad. But we've all been there. That's what makes this fun because it really is so relatable. Every one of us that played through these routes, I mean, at least if you are an empathetic, emotional person, you felt these same feelings. And it's neat to see characters kind of going through it, rather than doujins which just tell a story directly without giving any input or opinions from the authors. So it's neat. It's a bold strategy to do this, to insert your own original characters. I think it turns a lot of people off of this type of doujin, But honestly, it's super interesting. And if you've never read a doujin like that, I recommend trying it. Just because it kind of breaks the fourth wall in a really fun way and it makes it really unique. The walls of text, because this covers the entire route, the entire Setsuna Coda route. So there's a lot to put in here. And of course, not every single word is listed, but these walls of text are sort of common in Malibu Pine's doujins, at least through this series. Getting away with shrinking the text in certain panels to make sure it all fits. It's clever. It's really well done, honestly. As far as the formatting, layout, and editing, I mean, this takes a lot. This is a long doujin. Look how long this is. Most doujins are about 20 pages. This one blows past that. So to be able to make this whole story and format it as well as it is, I really gotta respect the author in that sense. Setsuna's awkward family dinners. I love the Ogiso family, though. They're really fun. It's just such a contrast to both Haruki's and Kazusa's, honestly. And those two both for different reasons, but still. I love it. Honestly, these doujins are a must-have, and they're not very old, too. A lot of White Album 2 doujins end up being from 2012, 2014. This series was going right around the 2019 era, 2018, 2019, so you can still get a hold of these if you jump on it. I recommend checking Malibu Pine's Booth account. Booth is a doujinshi website in Japan. And you can't order directly from overseas, but you can use a third-party website to try to make the purchase. It's definitely worth it. And once these sold out, I don't think they'll be getting reprinted just because of the sheer amount of pages. I don't know how profitable it would be to keep printing these after the initial run. Oh, Setsuna, she's so strong. Honestly, getting to this point, I'm surprised Setsuna's mind is still not completely broken because she's gone through so much to get here. She's gone through so much heartbreak. Look, see? They understand. Oh. So happy and so sad, so close together. That's the thing about White Album too. It switches on a dime. And then the guitar and Setsuna in her dress. You gotta love it. This is beautiful. Honestly, the best ending in the game. Look at that. Kazusa, Setsuna, so cute. And then we come to the end. So the credits here, this was released in 2019 on August 11th. So you can see Malibu Pine's Twitter here, their Pixiv account, and as I mentioned, they also have Booth, which they will sell their works through. The final thank you here, they're saying that they also believe Setsuna's route is the true route of the game because it results in happiness for all characters. Warnings about it being 18 plus, and just thank you so much for everything. And that is the end of that. So, thank you so much for joining me on this doujinshi review today. I will have more doujin reviews to you in the future, so I hope to see you there. And until then, I hope you take care. See you!